one person. There is no margin notes. I thought new journalism was the way to go. Look, number one, listen to me. Number one, initially as a freshman, you're going to have a lot of other classes. But society has changed. Kids in 1984, me, we are memorization. Do not, please. I was deeply considering not, although they tried to sway me to California, a free education. No, thank you, Stevie. No, I'm not following you to California. Seattle, because one class has to interconnect with another class, and it has to interconnect with 3 classes. Therefore, you are sharing common definitions within your profession. Well, I'm not going to Seattle, but I can do that at UMBC. Look, just don't. Stick your nose out of my business. I thought new journalism was the way to go. And why? Because the Baltimore Sun sponsored it. You have X amount of other classes. You have to have parameters. You need to immediately start your research, and you need to know what's available. What is going to take 6 weeks to order? I said to the guy in science and technology, the police reports, I said, what's taking this so long? The paper is like, it hasn't come yet. This paper, you could have made a couple of notes. There's none. This one takes the cake because you're America Rodriguez. Am I the only one that called you? I cannot. Oh. I'm not sure what's up with Dorothy Gilliam. Oh, please. The Facebook comes, and I responded because something was going on at the Washington Post. And I said something like, you forgot Dorothy Gilliam. I expected somebody to say, stick your nose out of our lives. I asked Dorothy Gilliam, Twitter is the new thing. When I went to my American Historical Association New York City convention, I took the social media. Oh, this older lady. I'm Twitter. I won't tolerate Twitter as a form of historical documentation. No, Twitter. She didn't want Twitter. Oh. Well, neither does Gilliam. Because I asked her, where can I find the archives to digital ink? She is the Metro. Digital ink was in her feet. Look, if little Bezos, I'm at the end of the rainbow. There's no pot of gold. Do you want gold? It could go anywhere. Gold, it's in a computer now. Bitcoin, is that gold? I don't think so. Like, what is that, Carvana? Only it's a car. Crazy. Let me put it to you another way, really. Like, literally, you expect me to believe anything that comes out of a mouth that I've interviewed if I have to. You guys keep a great secret. Poor Chico. Nobody cares about Freddie Prinze. And he just had a baby, who's now a grown man. He could have been a grandfather. Had a great opening to a show, Chico and the Man. Do not stereotype us. You could add a Rockefeller owned the gasoline. It wasn't a Ewing. That's the Secretary of Federal Security. And his name was Oscar, not a hot dog. But hot dogs are okay to eat because the old ladies in the 50s got in their cars for a conference that said, you can eat a hot dog. My grandmother went. She did. Conclusions are beginnings. A new chapter. Listen, that's the best I've given you, and it's not yours. I copyrighted this. New journalism, the conference was with you. Forgive a sinner, and wink at a homely girl. Mencken and I, we go way back. He was one of the second. Henry Miller was the first. That's your problem. A little Henry, a little Tennessee. New journalism, College Park, the Baltimore Sun, the Baltimore Plan 1954, and one more time, the Black Panther Party, this time Baltimore, in liberating the media, the new journalism by Charles C. Flippin, copyrighted 1974. The author mentions the Black Panther Party through the Brian Boyer article, The Underground Press, Notes on the Past, and look. I would not feel confident if I'm not sure. You're into rodeo. That thing, the animal, and then I'm going to, and then, oh, does that hurt him? But that's the rope, and I can't tie one, but don't I look like I know what I'm doing? It looks like I know. No, we're not, you understand? You shouldn't have put that African garb on so clean. You needed to be in the weeds. What are you going to say? I don't need to be in the weeds. White after Labor Day. You need a gay stylist. No margin notes. Lies by police about the basic honesty of policemen. When every urban dweller knows that cops openly solicit bribes for heroin, whores. You like how I say that? You know, you can say whore, or you can whores. I'm leaning more towards whores. How did Beretta, Robert Blake? Oh, but he went to prison. Maybe we should like some Beretta. What was that guy's name? Hubby. No, that's the other guy. Oh, what was his name? The tall, thin guy. It doesn't matter. That was a long, long time ago. You do know that J. Edgar Hoover, don't make me get it. It might be back here. There is a section, it's digitized. He required an embedded person in Hollywood to make sure that the FBI was being properly represented. And he also asked less violence towards women on TV. Yeah, you know, I think this has gone too far because this was right to begin with. You know what my mechanic said? He knows me from... He thought, well, she's either going to go one way or another. She could either become a cop, a criminal, the way she jumps over that wall and rolls and runs behind the school bus. It's a great tire to hide behind. Chase. And every once in a while, his soda machine, cream soda, not all the time, but sometimes. Now I'm writing this, and I don't look to talk to him, you know, no. He says, what are they doing to you? You don't want to know. And you don't. You don't. Laws, gambling, traffic tickets, and who knows what else. I chose to describe the accurate reflection of the efforts. I chose to describe the accurate reflections of the efforts made by all levels of government to alter the relationship of law enforcement through the offices of the Attorney General. The Pennsylvania Crime Commission report. Mr. Dilworth died shortly after the publication. Published during the same time period as this new journalism surge, 74 exemplified that. As part of the Baltimore Sun Distinguished Lecture Series, a project of the College of Journalism, University of Maryland. The purpose of the lecture series is to provide a forum of expression of ideas by distinguished journalists, scholars of journalism, and others, and to provide a continuing medium of education and exchange between the Journalism College, its students, alumni, and the journalism profession. Today, the journalism school... Any time on that stamp... Not only am I probably the only one to contact America Rodriguez in Texas. In 95 of November, I bet you I'm the only one to go to the Platt's office and find that Royal Housing stamp. It houses not only the National Association of Black Journalists, but the Knight Center for Specialized Journalism, which bought the Philadelphia Inquirer from Ambassador Annenberg on January the 1st, 1970. The Casey Journalism Center for Children and Families, with resources concerning crime and violence, health development, child neglect, abuse, public support, and the Humphrey Fellowship with award-winning investigative journalist Lucinda Fleeson. So what exactly did the Philadelphia president of the National Association of Black Journalists say? Was not Franklin Delano Roosevelt considered radical with his proposals? Let us not fall into the trap of Mencken gathered by Alistair Cook and his selection of recollections of notable cops. There is no way that you can explain this. And I'm not reading anymore because, let me explain something to you. Professor TSHEU, I can't even get the right spelling to his name. He too had a little book, but you know what? Now I don't care. Every professor has an idea on the cause of the problem. Every diplomat. You want to start with the treaty? Because you're just making things worse. Now, Professor TSHEU was in the temporary dance building at the University of Maryland College Park circa 1986. If you are over 60, you go to college for free. And this lady, the first 20 minutes, they're talking. It's a private conversation. And then we have, I went to Martha Graham's house. He's like, Henry, Nelson, hello, my name is Henry Kissinger. Nelson, where's the buffet? Where's Farah? Could you imagine? I'm a Casanova. It's just an accent. He can't be that smart. Scientists, we're on Rudolph. And Santa discriminated against Rudolph. We have feelings. And we have the song, Feelings, whoa. Don't let them bother you. Their knuckles could talk, don't. That thing they used to put the letters, I don't remember what that, it doesn't matter, just. This is where you have, Santa discriminated against Rudolph. NASA made reindeers fly. The old man said, I think I have some magic left. He got that from NASA. Just don't. So Professor TSHEU is a regular guest at Martha's house because they need a resident scholar. He'll do. I had him twice. He's still eating there. I can't tell you nothing more. There's no margin notes. And it's not only that they, in a god-awful way, god-awful way. Really pathetic. I don't care, you understand. You don't bother me. Because that is the most unprofessional. Not even, there's a blizzard coming. And then there was no snow. That's how that story ends. And you understand, if you Google it, just right there, it says it's about character. So I lied. And they don't even cite Corfield versus Carriel, a much better. It's a character. I'm not Googling it. I don't need to know what the character was. I have no character. There was no snow on the turnpike truck wasn't on the right of me and in front of me for the entire, you know what? You are so right. I lack the character. Your syllabi cannot be thrown away. You threw out Nixon whether he wanted to go or not. What does it matter? You're Martha, and this, it's comical. And you're sitting on the board. What is your name? Forget about Newman and Maramu. What is your name? Somebody posty. I don't care. I know. Your feet are in the sand and I'm using a towel. That's it. You gotta exercise those toes. I don't have HD TV. I can't tell if Joan Van Ark, because David Jacobs is from Baltimore, is she running in the beach with no sneakers? So her toe, yeah, he's doing the same thing. And I'm trying to tongue-way your name, but I don't remember it. I wish I did, but I don't. My guy, toe crunches with the towel. Throw the towel if you still, this is gone, to throw it. And then take your toes and crunch it towards you. Throw it. I have to do 10 hours of physical therapy. And what? I went to the library. I will find your name. I wish I could remember it. I normally go like this. A, B, C. No, I can't remember it. You're not important in my life. And just, I wish I could remember it before we got here, but it's not going to happen. Maybe you're not even alive. People get old. That's a nice way of putting it. Not Gene Roberts, not Donald Graham, the other one. There was another one. Bob Jones, publisher and CEO of the Washington Post. But there was also, after this, in the second edition, the Washington Post published a new journalism article. It does, look, like I said, there is no margin notes in here. And so what do you want to say? I took Latin American history, and I can safely say that was not discussed. And I really, at this point, that's on them. You understand? Well, truly, Connie. Now, you gotta love Connie Chung, don't you? I'm sure you do. Like, Connie said, the only thing I can do in life to poo-poo my Japanese relatives is to marry Maury Povich, to be the journalist I long to be, and he can be so willingly whatever Maury was. Connie and Maury. The Cajun Raisin and the other one. And look, if you had a stick of gum and they smelled it, you understand, they would ask you for a stick of gum. That's all, that's it. They would ask you for the gum. And if it was like a kiss, they would ask you for the chocolate. And if you had chocolate on your desk that you constantly fill, and that's it. What are you gonna do? Nothing.